Good morning, students. Welcome to the class once again. We are dealing the chapter Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. Now, earlier in this class chapter, we already have dealt with the Russian Empire in 1914 and the economy and society of Russia that prevailed during this time. Now, today in this class, we are going to deal with socialism in Russia. Before 1914, political parties in Russia were illegal. No one was allowed to form any type of political party in Russia. A socialist party in 1898 was formed, named the Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party. Now, although it was illegal to form any political party, but still a party was formed, but it worked illegally due to the government policies that it was illegal to form any political parties. Now, Russian socialists, there were some socialists in Russia which felt that the peasants over in Russia had become socialist naturally. Now, what was the reason for of their ideology of ideas for thinking the peasants becoming socialist naturally? It was because earlier we have dealt that in Russia the land was divided periodically according to the need of individual. Therefore, it was believed that peasants would be the main force of the revolution. And after this only we saw that there was a party which was formed by peasants in 1900, that was Socialist Revolutionary Party. Now, under this party, the peasants struggled for the right and demand of land to be transferred to the peasants that were held by the nobility class. Now, the Socialist Democrats disagreed with the Socialist Revolutionary over peasants being naturally socialist. They did not consider this as to be true because there were some Social Democrats such as Lenin. Now, who was Lenin? Lenin was a very powerful political leader. He was a Russian revolutionary, political theorist. He was the founder of Russian Community Party, that was Bolshevik, and a leader of Bolshevik revolution that occurred in 1970 and was the first head of the Soviet state of Russia. Now, according to Lenin, Lenin felt that peasants were not united, they were not together. Why? Because there were some peasants who were poor while the others were rich. There were some workers who were laborers. There were some people who were laborers while the other were capitalists, or we can say other employed those laborers who were working. So therefore this differentiation did not let peasants to be a part of socialist movement. The Lenin felt that they were not united due to these reasons, and in the viewpoint of Lenin, means we can say the party that was formed, it was divided over the strategy of different political leaders that were active in Russia at that time. And in the viewpoint of Lenin, we see that he believed that in a repressive society or country like Tsarist Russia, the party should be disciplined and should control the number and quality of its member. This is particularly the viewpoint of Lenin, and over the ideology views of such political parties, the party was divided. It was split in two parts. Now see Bolshevik and Menshevik. What were Bolshevik and Menshevik? See, now who were these? Now, earlier we saw that Lenin view was different due to which things changed. But how and why it changed? Question could be arise from here. So, as what is the difference between the two? So, hear it properly. We here are dealing that how socialism spread in Russia and parties were formed and also split in group took place. Now, the party that is Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party, it was divided into two groups, that was Bolshevik and Menshevik. Now, Bolshevik in Russian language we can say Bolshevik means majority and Menshevik means minority. Now, from these two words you can understand that Bolshevik was the majority party in Russia, whereas Menshevik was the minority party in Russia. But sometimes it was seen that Menshevik also had major power in their hand, while other time Bolshevik had major power in their hand. But ultimately Bolshevik was the winner. Bolshevik was the one who always won the argument and formed its party over their ideology. Now, talking about Bolshevik and Menshevik, the differences that they had. Bolshevik particularly was headed by Vladimir Lenin. He believed, he was of the thought that the party should be disciplined and control of number and quality of its member. That is, means he said that not everyone should be part of party or should be included in the party, but only the quality members should be included. His focus particularly basically was on workers, and he was against the peasants group. So the majority, we can say the majority fraction of the party was with Lenin. Now, this was the Bolshevik group. Now, talking about Menshevik, who were Menshevik? Although it is not given in book, but I am just talking in general so that you could relate it with the topic. This was, here we see that Menshevik was another fraction of party which was headed by Martov, Julius Martov. Now, he was the one who rose his voice against Lenin, and he believed that peasants should also be included in the party, because he believed that party should be open to all. That's why he wanted to give a fair chance to the peasants also to be a member of the party that was formed in Russia. Now, socialism was taking place in Germany also at that time. And here Julius Mato, he also wanted to work in the similar way as the party was working in Russia. He said that party should be open to all, and he also said that party should have one mindset. According to Matov, Julius Matov, he said that party should have one mindset, because if there is different ideologies in party, split will be seen in party due to disparity in view in thoughts, and conflict will arise between the members of the party itself, and due to the difference in opinion. And due to this conflict, split got in process in 1903, and Bolshevik and Menshevik were the two groups that came out of the Russian Social Democratic Workers' Party. Now, relating it with the topic, we saw that parties was being made by different groups due to ideologies, such as workers were also forming parties, peasants were also forming parties, and due to these ideologies, means different sections were also made that we saw now, that is Bolshevik and Menshevik. Now, in this way, the support of socialism developed in Russia. Okay, now how things changed later, and force or revolution we can see developed, that urged, that demanded for change in Russia in 1905, that we will see in next class. For today, We are stopping here. If you have any doubt, please do ask me.